Ciao, this is Liam, episode 2 of 4, run the sequence and let GRU push. The software design document, the SDD, is only worth grading if it shows the pushback you resolved. Don't clean it up. The flags GRU raises are the evidence of your thinking. A polished SDD with no flags is a document that was easy to write. That's not what this assignment is measuring. /V1 is the problem summary. It must distinguish this system from a generic one, which means it names comparable systems and states the success condition for this specific deployment. A system that flags insurance claims does not pass /V1 if there are a dozen comparable systems. Your /V1 must say what makes this system's success condition different from those. After /V1 passes, write the personal paragraph before running /V2. 3 to 5 sentences in your own voice, what GRU's pushback changed about how you understood the problem. This is the only thing you add to the SDD, everything else is GRU's output, submitted unedited. /V2 is the design principles, 3 to 4 non-negotiable principles with the collision test completed for each. The collision test is not optional, it is the requirement that distinguishes a principle from a preference. A preference is the system should be accurate. A principle with a collision test is accuracy, is non-negotiable even when it increases latency above the stated SLA, because a missed violation is more costly than a delayed queue entry. That sentence states what you sacrifice when the principle is honored. /V3 is the core flows, every step must be concrete. Never write the system processes the request, that sentence names nothing and specifies nothing. Name the actor, the input, the transform, and the output at every step. A concrete flow step reads, the claim intake service receives a structured JSON payload from the intake form. The policy check module applies rule set v3, 2 to the claim fields, if the rule set finds a violation. The module writes a violation record to the audit queue with the field name, the rule ID, and the rejection reason. A vague flow step reads, the system checks the claim and decides whether to flag it. The second version cannot be tested. /V4 is the need statements, 5 to 8 testable needs, each with a pass/fail condition that is specific enough to run as a test case. Not the system should handle edge cases, that is not testable. Instead, the system rejects a claim where the vendor ID field is present but maps to no record in the approved vendor list and logs the rejection reason as unknown vendor. That sentence could be a test in a test suite. Write needs at that level of specificity. /S1 assembles the software design document. At this gate, GRU maps every component to a need from /V4 and checks every component specification, inputs, outputs, edge cases, and scope boundary. The key trap, a component with no need mapped to it, is scope creep. GRU will flag it. When it does, your options are remove the component or write a new need in /V4 that justifies it and rerun the gate. The second trap, and this one loses more points, is cosmetic cleanup of GRU's flags. The flags are not formatting problems, they are substantive gaps in your specification. When GRU says a component's edge cases are underspecified, the correct response is to specify the edge cases, not to rewrite the flag in smoother language. The grader is reading for evidence that you resolved the flags by improving the specification. A clean SDD that was cleaned by editing the flag text is not an SDD, it is a cover-up. Submit GRU's unedited output plus your personal paragraph. That is the complete submission. The personal paragraph is 3 to 5 sentences, written after /V1 before /V2. It belongs to you, GRU does not write it, and you do not ask GRU to write it. The question it answers, what did GRU's pushback change about how you understood the problem? Not what GRU said, what changed in your understanding as a result. If GRU accepted your first /V1 formulation without pushback. Your paragraph must address that too. Was the formulation genuinely tight, or did you get lucky? I got lucky is a valid answer if you can say why. This is the only place in the SDD where your voice appears. The grader uses it to distinguish students who ran the gates from students who understood what the gates were doing. 3 to 5 sentences, specific, first person, no hedging. Verdict for build the SDD, run in order, /V1 through /S1. Write the personal paragraph after /V1 before /V2, 3 to 5 sentences, first person, yours alone. /V1 distinguishes this system from generic comparables. /V2 has 3 to 4 principles, each with a collision test. /V3 flows name, actor, input, transform, and output at every step. /V4 has 5 to 8 testable needs, each a valid test case. /S1 maps every component to a need. 2 traps, component with no need is scope creep, cosmetic cleanup of flags is a cover-up. Submit GRU's output unedited plus the paragraph, that is the SDD. Your turn, paste this prompt into GRU with your /V0 output already in the session. The prompt reads, here's my /V0 output, paste the full pass /V0 exchange, run /V1, then run /V2 through /S1 in order. For each gate that pushes back, show me the exact pushback text and then my corrected formulation side by side. After /V1, I will write my personal paragraph separately. Do not write it for me and do not offer to write it, end quote. That is the full prompt. The instruction do not write it for me is load-bearing. GRU will offer to draft the paragraph if you don't stop it, and a GRU drafted paragraph defeats the purpose. After you have the full /s1 output, write the paragraph yourself, 3 to 5 sentences. What changed in your understanding? Then paste the full unedited GRU output, every gate, every pushback. Every corrected formulation followed by your paragraph. That document is the SDD. Build the SDD, /v1 goes to /s1 plus the paragraph, that's yours. Liam, in for bear.